everybody, and welcome back to the Stanley parable. We were at this cliffhanger. Do we escape or go mind control facility? I think I want to go mind control because they told me to play it out like normal and see what happens.
The lights rose on an enormous room.
I don't know if it's going to do what I think it's going to do, though.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Well, aren't these usually on? Oh, we have to turn them on. Okay.
Jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Oh, I gotta do this. That's right.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
There's the diving board up there. I wonder if that was there earlier, if that just...
No! He screamed into the bucket. He
Weird.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was
Okay, I remember this.
the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power.
So the confusing
over another
ending
human life.
might not be a thing
For he
then
and
now.
the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
All right.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to skis in every country on Earth.
Wow.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms, not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room, but at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself, as long as I have my bucket with me.
Is this the confusing end? Because there was darkness involved.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I don't know. Oh. Okay. We've got a new thing.
All of his co-workers were gone.
We're here
What
now.
did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
The
had simply
whiteboard
missed a
ending.
memo.
Oh my
Stanley
god,
went
my
around touching every little
freaking
thing
brain
in the
hurts, dude.
What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's Stanley.
Our
clasped
bucket-loving
the bucket tightly into
heroes.
his chest. and entered the
Do I go
door
that
left.
way, or do I go this way again? Oh my
This was not the
god.
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything new I'm going to get over here, though.
And here it was.
With the
Had
bucket.
The bucket turned out to be correct. Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Yeah, let's
and said
go
the two of
back,
them
because I
each
think if I go
walked through
down
the
there, it's
meeting
just going to be
section
something weird,
and
you know?
walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
It's going to be the bucket killer or whatever. I think if I pick up the bucket, I think picking up the bucket's a mistake from now on. I don't want to do that, I don't think. Yeah, because I'm just
Still no one
derailing
was here.
myself from
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now
from
more
other
than ever.
endings.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming
Yeah.
to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Alright, we're going to go in here again.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light let Stanley guess the correct code by sheer luck.
There you go.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I don't know. I feel like there's always something back there, but we'll see. Okay. All right. Wait, see? Okay. He didn't say the thing he said last time. Yeah, all right.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control
So now
Facility.
what? Do we try that again, or do we go through the escape? Let's just see. Let's just see just to see, you know what I mean?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yeah, you know, man. Yeah, because I think if I do this without the bucket from now on, I think that's the move.
The
I think
monitors
that's the
jumped
move.
to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
The end is never the end is never the end.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Nice camera
Had
angle
the
of just some
bucket been
filing
told to do
cabinets.
things it didn't wish to do. What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Not the feeble mind.
No! He screamed into the bucket.
Yeah,
He
because this is
couldn't
exactly the
accept it.
same.
His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Except for the bucket. Hello?
But here was
Well, the
proof.
door's not... Oh,
The
no, it is.
heart of
Okay, I was going to say the
operation.
door's not open, but it
Controls
is.
labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very
What's going on over
place.
here?
As the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Nice. I like that.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it.
Let's see what happens this
Stanley
time.
and
Probably the
Bucket
same
had
thing, I
defeated
would
their
think.
greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The Bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Alright, so now we come to this.
Wait, what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the Bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally,
I wish I could skip this knowing that it's the same thing, you know what I mean?
This building did not want the Bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the Bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the Bucket, or go to any lengths not to part with the Bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious Bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized
not on my
never
watch.
again leave this very room. But at least he has the Bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my Bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Okay. Alright, so now it looks the same again.
Following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Wait, what the hell is happening? Someone's following me? Dude, not like this. I don't like that at all. Oh my god.
Stanley clicked on literally every single
Alright, we're
door in
leaving
the
without the
office
bucket.
because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
Now,
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I don't know, man.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got
I'm gonna go down here again and see what's up. Go down and see what's up, really? No, I'm gonna go down and see what's down.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Okay, right, this is
now
the
in order to
confusing
get
end.
back, he needed to go,
Yeah, this is the confusing end.
From here, it's, left. Oh, no.
Now, are we
it's
gonna
to
have to
the
do this
right,
whole
understood.
thing with the adventure line over again and everything, too?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was
So
to
we're
the
doubling
right?
up on a lot of our endings now. I think we're about at the end of this,
Oh, dear,
you know.
hold on for a minute, please.
I feel like we've done as much as you can do.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left.
Which is crazy.
Yep. Okay. Yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Absolutely, definitely this way.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
Yeah.
Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense...
Okay, so we
we'll
do a
just
lot of
restart the game from the
restarts.
beginning.
Unless...
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
Confusing ending, I bet, is the end. And they just lay out the other ending. Okay, now I see what's going
All
on
of
here.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Right. So there's no
Stanley
part
decided
that...
to go to the meeting
Oh,
room.
the bucket's
Perhaps
gone
he
again.
had simply missed a memo. Stanley... Wait, what?
Yeah. So we're just kind of playing this whole thing out again, I bet.
Definitely restarted the game over.
But he said the
completely fresh.
fern was going to be
Everything should
important in something.
Oh, did
Why is
something
the
change?
fern?
Stanley, did you change anything when we
Why
were back
is
in
the
that room
fern
with all the
important?
monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or?
I don't
Hold
know.
on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yo, come on,
It was right
narrator,
here
let's
just a
go.
minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay,
Although,
then. It's an adventure. Come,
I might be able
Stanley.
to
Let's find the story.
see if I can get into this hallway like I wanted to before. Oh, it just leads back around? Okay, never mind. Wow. Could you imagine being in a hallway like that? Now, the windows don't have that weird noise anymore.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game?
Yeah, restart
again?
me.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So I'd speed run
Stanley
this.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Just
a
gonna
memo.
speed run it. Classic callback to some Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I don't want this to be over, but I just feel like there's so few things to explore now in so few ways. We've been very thorough about this.
Ha! I knew we'd miss something.
You know, we just keep getting these...
Story. Here it comes.
And it's like they're so dependent on
Never
such
mind,
things.
not the
I bet
story.
there are little
Okay,
subtleties
let's
to each
head back
one.
the other way and retrace our
But,
steps.
man, the tediousness of, like, trying
this-
to get
Well,
them
I'll be
all.
honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
This is the you
I
win.
don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place
I think
in an
picking up
office
that
building.
bucket is what screwed
Is
me
that
up.
correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
You win!
Win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no.
I don't feel right about this at
Right
all.
about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual
I didn't
work
put
for
in
that
any
win.
actual work.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution.
All right, so we're
This
following the
time, to make
adventure
sure we
line.
don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that? You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination?
We can speed
even if
run
there's
this
no
still.
story there? Or to put it another way, is the story
As
of
he
one
goes through this
destination
existential
still a
crisis.
story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
I'm blowing through this
You know
now,
what?
dude.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood. Wait, cut the music. Go
Look
back
how
and look at that
we
fern.
listened to the music for so long before,
Stanley, this fern.
and
will
that's
be
all the
very
music
important
was
later in
supposed
the
to do,
story.
like 3 or 4
Make
measures.
Sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I'm interested in this fern. LaFern and Shirley.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line.
No,
You do know
no,
we're looking
no.
for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again.
Yeah, we got
Line.
through it in
How
like a
could you have
minute.
done this to us, and after we trusted you.
This is gonna be a long one, but I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I want to see what
Take
happens.
this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
All right, so we just make up our own thing this time.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we...
Okay. Before he goes off on that, we could pause this here and pick it up next time, and then we will see what happens if I keep going. If it goes and then we can find new endings, we'll keep playing this. If not, this next one might be the last one, but we'll see. Dude, I don't know. I'm so torn. I'm so confused. But thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for coming along this wild ride, and thank you for allowing me the time to try all these different endings and try all these different things out and see what happens. If you have any ideas too, throw it in the comments. We'll we'll suss it out together. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate you tons, and I will see y'all next time. Have a good one, y'all.